Welcome to Nourished and Ready, the podcast about nourishing your body before, during, and after pregnancy. I'm Maya, and with me, as always, is Sara. Let's get into it.
I want to open with a confession. Before I really started digging into this research, my diet was fine. Not bad. No fast food, some vegetables, mostly home-cooked meals. I genuinely thought I was doing okay.
The classic healthy enough diet. I know it well.
Exactly. And then I started reading, and I had this uncomfortable realization. Fine and genuinely nourishing are miles apart. My fine diet was leaving out some of the most nutritionally powerful foods that exist, and including things that were quietly working against me.
Which is the conversation for today. We're getting specific. The foods that consistently show up in the research as preconception powerhouses, and the ones that are actively depleting the nutrients we've been talking about all season.
Let's start with the one that comes up in literally every chapter of serious nutritional science.
Liver.
Liver. And I know, bear with us for a moment.
Liver is genuinely one of the most nutritionally complete foods that exists. In terms of concentration of B vitamins, vitamin A, iron, zinc, folate, B12, copper, nothing else comes close. It's not a matter of opinion. The nutrient density is simply unmatched. For preconception specifically, a small serving of liver once or twice a week
Provides more folate, B12, and iron than almost any supplement available. And critically, it delivers them in their natural, bioavailable forms, already packaged with the cofactors your body needs to actually use them.
If the flavor is a barrier, and for many people it is, chicken liver is considerably milder than beef liver, or desiccated liver capsules, which are simply dehydrated liver in supplement form. The nutrition is largely intact.
Eggs, and specifically the whole egg. The yolk is where almost all the nutrition lives. Choline, essential for fetal brain development and chronically underconsumed in the American diet. B12, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, essential fatty acids, all in the yolk.
The widespread habit of eating only egg whites while discarding the yolk is, from a fertility nutrition standpoint, genuinely counterproductive. The white provides protein. The yolk provides almost everything else.
Full-fat dairy. This one surprises people.
It does, but fat is the carrier for vitamins A, D, E, and K, the fat-soluble vitamins. Skim milk and low-fat dairy strip out the fat, which means they also compromise your ability to absorb the vitamins those foods contain.
And there's research specifically on fertility outcomes showing that full-fat dairy is associated with better results than low-fat dairy. The fat itself and the fat-soluble vitamins it carries appear to matter independently.
That aligns with what I found. The fear of dietary fat, particularly from quality animal sources, has done real nutritional harm to a generation of women trying to eat healthily.
Leafy greens, the darker the better. Spinach, kale, collards, Swiss chard, dandelion greens. These are your primary food sources of folate, magnesium, vitamin K, iron, and fiber. And the fiber specifically supports the gut microbiome, which, as we'll cover next week, directly influences hormone metabolism.
Nutritional yeast. This is one that many people haven't encountered, but it's an extraordinary concentrated source of B vitamins. Savory flavor, you can add it to pasta, soups, salads, even smoothies. If liver isn't happening regularly, nutritional yeast is your most practical alternative for B vitamin density. And fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel, herring. The omega-3 fatty acids, specifically DHA, are critical for reducing systemic inflammation and for the eventual brain development of the baby. 2 to 3 servings a week is the standard recommendation.
Now, the harder conversation. The foods that are actively working against fertility, even when the diet looks reasonable on the surface.
Refined sugar and refined flour products. This is the one that touches everything. White bread, pastries, crackers, most packaged breakfast cereals, anything made with white flour.
And here's the mechanism that most people don't know. Metabolizing refined sugar requires B vitamins, chromium, and magnesium, nutrients your body has to pull from its own stores because sugar provides absolutely none of those nutrients itself.
So every time you eat refined sugar, you're making a net withdrawal from the nutritional reserves that support egg quality, hormone production, and a healthy uterine environment. It's not just empty calories, it's actively depleting. That's such
A critical distinction. There's a concept, anti-nutrients, foods that don't just fail to nourish you, but consume your resources in the process of being metabolized. Refined sugar is the clearest example.
Packaged breakfast cereals are another one worth naming specifically. Most are almost entirely refined grain with synthetic vitamins added back. And what's added back is a fraction of what was removed, often informs the body's struggles to utilize.
Soft drinks, fruit juices, sweetened beverages, same problem. No nutritional contribution, active depletion of B vitamins and minerals, and alcohol specifically, which depletes folate, B12, zinc, and magnesium, all four of the nutrients we discussed in detail last week.
Even moderate regular drinking works against your nutritional goals in this window. That's not a moral judgment. It's simply what the research shows about nutrient depletion.
Let's make this practical. What does a genuinely nourishing preconception kitchen actually look like day to day?
The simplest frame, the shorter the ingredients list, and the more those ingredients look like actual food, the better. If you can't recognize most of the ingredients, that's information.
Cook vegetables gently. Steaming preserves far more water-soluble vitamins than boiling, and when you do boil, use that cooking water for soups or sauces. The nutrients are in the water.
Quality fats, good olive oil, butter from grass-fed cows, cold-pressed oils stored away from heat and light. Rancid oils generate free radicals that deplete your antioxidant stores. The quality and storage of your fats genuinely matters. A daily fermented food, yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, for the beneficial bacteria, for gut integrity, and for the B vitamins that gut bacteria synthesize. More on this next week. And water. It sounds obvious, but most people are mildly dehydrated most of the time, and hydration affects circulation, nutrient delivery, egg quality, and cervical mucus production in ways that are genuinely significant.
Next week, we're going into the territory that doesn't get talked about enough in fertility conversations. Stress, sleep, and the nervous system, because you can have the most nutritionally complete diet possible and still be working against yourself if cortisol is chronically elevated.
There is real nutritional science behind the stress-fertility connection, and it's both fascinating and very actionable.
See you next week, and in the meantime, eat the liver.
Or the capsules. We remain judgment-free.
If today's episode was useful to you, the best thing you can do is share it with one person who needs to hear it. A friend who's trying to conceive, a woman who's newly pregnant, someone in your life who's been asking questions about nutrition and doesn't know where to start. One share makes a real difference.
And if you want to go deeper between episodes, come find us on Facebook. Search Cellular Healing. It's our community for everything we talk about here. Real food, real nutrition, and building genuine health from the inside out. We'd love to see you there.